So it just so happens, things between Nia Long and Ime Udoke are more regrettable than we suspected, on the grounds that Nia is wary of his way of behaving and presently uncovering the amount she has been experiencing peacefully. She is calling him out for being a loser father to their child and attempting to benefit off their separation scandal. She is in a real sense hauling him to court and suing him. There is a ton of he said she expressed going on. So how about we separate it? We as a whole realize that Nia isn't the sort that searches for show or attempts to work something up. So we realize that her indicting things was her final hotel. In addition to the fact that Nia exposed Ime for being a bum dad, yet she likewise guaranteed that she has been the sole supplier for their child cause since she said a final farewell to him last year over the swindling scandal. And truly, I don't figure anybody can fault her for saying a final farewell to him in light of the fact that the duping scandal was embarrassing for herself as well as her child, particularly when we figured out that he never really safeguarded Nia or even set up her for the scandal. On the off chance that you neglected, even before the deceiving scandal became public, Ime had proactively been being scrutinized by the Boston Celtics for a really long time for sneaking around with an individual from staff, and despite the fact that Ime realized that he was being explored, he expressed nothing to Nia, and he even let her move as long as she can remember from LA to Boston since she needed their family to be together in a similar spot at last. He kept her out of the loop about this, and a few sources say he just educated her concerning the examination the night prior to the Boston Celtics were to make the declaration that he had been suspended in light of the issue. And there are a few sources who even say that Nia learned about Ime's issue along with the remainder of the world. The Celtics were the ones who disclosed the whole undertaking when they put out an announcement saying the Boston Celtics declared today that the group has suspended lead trainer Ime Udoke for the 22,223 season for infringement of group strategies. A choice about his future with the Celtics past this season will be made sometime in the future. The suspension produces results right away. Nia was clearly caught unaware and lacked opportunity and willpower to set herself up for the show. Surprisingly more dreadful, sources uncovered that the undertaking was not a one-time thing since he had gotten cautioned so often. However, he didn't tune in. An insider additionally took to Twitter to say Ime Udoke had associations with not one yet two staff individuals. One erased all online entertainment accounts. Different has switched off remarks on IG. Both wedded. One was really hitched to a senior VP in Celtics Association who needed a 1-year suspension. Celtics advised him to stop on something like one event. Ime Udoke didn't take the association's recommendation. It was what was going on that immediately developed into a scandal. Ime made a remorseful announcement saying, "I need to apologize to our players, fans, the whole Celtics Association, and my family for letting them down. I'm upset for placing the group in this tough spot, and I acknowledge the group's choice, keeping in mind all interested parties. I will have no further remark." Nia was placed in an extremely humiliating circumstance, and she made an announcement through TMZ that said the flood of affection and backing from family, companions, and the local area during this troublesome time implies such a huge amount to me. I ask that my security be regarded as I process the new occasions. Most importantly, I'm a mother and will keep on zeroing in on my kids. Presently, there were a ton of remarks among fans about how severely the Celtics handled the circumstance and how they ought to have safeguarded Nia better, particularly since she has an extremely youthful child with him who likewise needed to manage the contention encompassing his father so freely that it's covered. Elite athletics for a long time takes care of the NBA for over 25 years. Obviously, I am aware of many examples where people have had circumstances happen inside the association, and it was rarely advertised. It was never a public interview. It was nothing that was communicated openly about it. In any case, Ace, out of nowhere in this present circumstance, it was on the off chance that I'm her. I'm enraged for a large number of reasons. Clearly. In a meeting, Nia uncovered that she likewise accepted that the Celtics ought to have handled things better and not put her in an untidy circumstance 101%. He was the primary individual who said it. I concur with it. I believe it's been unimaginably challenging for me to oversee well. Sports pundit Khalid Abdullah uncovered that the explanation the Celtics had made such no joking matter about the circumstance was that Ime had an illicit relationship with the spouse of a high-positioning authority in the club, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The other lady is hitched and her husband got them. Husband went to the group and they marked desk work saying it was consensual and that ought to have been it. Afterward, she said Udoke was improper to her before they connected. Group advised him to chill, however he continued to do whatever. And then, at that point, rested. With a Celtics minority proprietor's better half, that was a lot for group, and they suspended him. On the off chance that it was mid-season, they would have terminated him. In any case, it's the slow time of year, so additional opportunity to examine and see what else he did. This made sense of why the club hauled the issue without contemplating what might befall Nia. She addressed the Hollywood correspondent about what gravely the circumstance meant for her and her child, saying, I, in a real sense, felt like my heart had leaped out of my body. I returned home to accompany my child, and that was generally critical to me since he was not making some simple memories. I think the most unfortunate thing pretty much this was all seeing my child's face when the Boston Celtics Association chose to unveil what is happening. It was obliterating, and it actually is. He actually has minutes where it's difficult for him. Nobody from the Celtics Association has even called to check whether I'm okay, to check whether my youngsters are all right. It's exceptionally frustrating. Presently, there were a few questions about how Nia would handle what is happening. You know, whether she planned to dump him and send him back to the roads, or on the other hand, in the event that she planned to take him back. Forgive and never look back. In any case, Nia clarified that she wouldn't take him back after the public embarrassment. So she said a final farewell to him and moved back to LA with her child. This is normal and she is doing the right things in this. I bet you he needs to act a moron since he cheated and she continued on and is safeguarding herself and her kid. Yet, I need to know where you all stand on this show. Do you believe that Nia is making the best decision by petitioning for care? Or how about that, she have gone for joint authority, all things being equal? Drop your considerations in the remarks, and I will see you in the following video.